Hello, this is Dull. It seems like there were a lot of guys who were obsessed with arcades. It's impressive that someone sees a silhouette like this and thinks of that game. The answer is Gillian, who I know as the main character, although I don't know the story. He was a character who appeared as the final boss in the game, known as Cyber Demon 1, but since there's no way to know the story, I don't know why he became a playable character. Like when I was a kid and the story didn't matter, I'll just fix it with the overpowered Gillian. Honestly, only hardcore players picked other characters, but for us, who didn't want to waste even a single coin, it was always Gillian. Of course, back then, since we couldn't read foreign languages, I remember we just called this guy something like the Sunglasses Boss main character. Stage 1 is a very short area, so you can basically think of it as a tutorial. If you catch the red guy, he'll drop a sword. When Gillian picks up the sword, he can do fencing, and it's actually pretty powerful. The reach is definitely longer than when you don't have a weapon. Gillian can triple jump in the air, but not during a dash jump. Press the jump button twice in your chosen direction during a regular jump to activate it. Gillian's jump mobility is a huge advantage. First of all, it has a much faster movement speed than regular running. It's great for escaping corners or regrouping with enemies. Of course, the main advantage is it looks cool. You can still look like a technician even if you spam the jump movement skill with no cooldown. Among the Guardians bosses, this is the Stage 1 boss who takes combos the best. Even if the older guys didn't know the other stages, they were likely strong in the Stage 1 boss fight. Let's clear out the annoying minions before we start having fun with combos. If you press AB while dashing up close like this, you'll do a grab and the damage is insane. If it's Gillian from the stationery store, landing over 20 combos will have friends cheering and make the player proud. After a certain number of combos, you won't deal extra damage, but you'll earn a lot more points. Stacking more combos earns you more points, so aim for as many combos as possible. The scoring system fuels competition with random players, but for us older kids, when every coin mattered, it was a desperate race to score points and earn extra lives early. The Stage 1 boss fight is probably the easiest spot to land combos, and the boss takes hits well, making it possibly the most fun part of Guardians. With other bosses, you need tricks or cheap tactics to beat them. The Stage 1 boss is balanced, making it feel like a true fighting game. I haven't fully understood the combo system yet, but at the end, I just tried to look cool and pulled off a random combo. I tried to use every move I could, so this is the highest hit combo I can pull off right now. I think I could keep the combo going by using Neckbreaker at the start space, but it's a bit sad that I can't do more because my wrist and fingers hurt. Stage 1 ends when you hit the spinning pattern boss once, making the player stand out. I also used to call this character Gillian, not Gillian. Even when I searched on the internet, Gillian seems to be used almost officially, and the character's original name is Gillian. Like the famous Magadon Naruto in Japan, local pronunciation sounds odd, and then it's anglicized again. Since I defeated the Stage 1 boss so thoroughly, I get an extra bonus life. Using the grenades that appear early can help you progress faster. I meant to use something else, but I accidentally threw a grenade, right? I kill the women immediately, and any who show up later are quickly finished with a Neckbreaker. Since it's only Stage 2, there aren't many high health enemies yet. Deal with these guys quickly and reach the arrow marker on the floor as fast as possible. If you take down the friend at the very front of the hoverboard group, you can get a sword. Even if you just swing the pentacle lightly a few times, the minions will go down quickly, but don't get distracted by that scene. You need to be aware that one minion is climbing up the right pillar. If you catch this guy, you can get a figure. Your score may not increase much, but if you took many hits earlier, you can regain energy here. If the robot moves away, it'll jump attack. Hitting it from the front triggers a counterattack, so attack from behind where it can't escape. Anyway, since it's right before moving on to the next section, you won't get the drop sword item. In my opinion, the next section is the least fun part of the game. It's a bonus shooting section where there's absolutely nothing interesting going on. There's nothing fun to watch, so I'll speed it up, but it's still dragging. If you take out a few of the minions here, it's straight to the boss fight. Nothing to see, its health is too low for me to use a combo. I'll speed things up right away and move on to the boss fight. Whether it's a samurai or a ninja, this boss can deal big damage with basic attacks. Since the character is at the top and they grouped up easily, I took them out in one shot with a cool movement skill. If the boss just keeps using this kind of pattern, it's an easy boss to beat. Thank you for watching. Hold the directional key up while attacking the boss to use the final mass, causing a big stun without knocking the enemy away instead of just pressing A repeatedly. Using the aerial movement skill once lets you quickly return to the boss. With luck, pausing before using the basic downward attack again keeps it as Gillian's turn. I finished it off by using the cool looking ultimate skill at the end. I'll fast forward through the pointless score scenes. Now the sword-wielding friends will appear. The sword-wielding friends try to get behind the player, but while that could trouble others, Gillian's insane mobility means they're not much of a threat. Since more enemies will appear at once, you'll use your super attack more often. You can only use it when the character's name is flashing, and to make the name flash, you need to land your skills and turn all of your life gauges to a bright color. If you just defeat this guy, you can confirm the budding love on the battlefield. Looking closely, they've even laid out a pillow on the blanket. Destroying that building after passing it will trap the male character there. You might see a familiar sight for those of us who enjoy smoking. As a kid, I didn't get this scene, but now I think the developers were crazy. After catching the last green bat friends, you'll reach a spot with another figure. Hit the middle member of the first rifle squad to make him drop a figure. After clapping at the taco food truck, you can get a healing item. When just a few enemies appear, quickly take them out with a neck breaker. Just watch out for grabs from the robot friends. Even if you're grabbed, you can break free like this, so it's not a big deal. Using the ultimate move removes the bright part of the health gauge, but for Gillian, hitting with it recharges the bright section. So, as long as the conditions are met, you can keep using the ultimate move and your name can keep flashing. I only landed one neck break just now, but it increased significantly right away. I'm using my ultimate move. Watch the name and life gauge. Among all the characters, the fact that a character whose ultimate move damage is among the highest can basically spam it shows once again how broken his performance is. See you in the next video. Originally, friends have good mobility, but their health itself is quite low. You can quickly defeat them with basic skills. If you hit the tall Choi Beyond Gay with your basic grab move, they'll die quickly as well. See you in the next video. The name's shown again, and now female religious groups appear, letting you defeat them all at once. I missed one, but one neckbreaker killed them. I should have expected the regular clams to tackle me. That was stupid of me. By the way, after you land your special move and strike a cool pose, you're completely defenseless, so you might get hit by enemies. If possible, try to hit all enemies on the screen at once. This section is simple, so you can go through it quickly. This stage is called Chinatown. Since there are signs in Korean, it appears to be a Chinatown in Korea. If you hit and break the doll, metal plates will fall, so dodge them. Besides the pharmacy, there's also an eye clinic written inside the dark alley. Actually, choosing the forest instead of Chinatown would shorten the playtime, but I figured many people would want to see the intense scene from earlier, so I chose Chinatown. And actually, more recovery items appear in Chinatown than in the forest, so unless someone catches you, you can take your time and choose Chinatown to play the game more easily. We left the alley, but suddenly it's a rooftop fight, which makes no sense. If your name is shining and enemies are grouped, use your ultimate immediately. For now, most of the enemies are still weak minions, so you can handle them with just your basic attacks. I tried using the jump movement skill just to show off a little. Even though I'm just messing around, it still looks good, but seeing a real pro play Galileo amazed me. But please don't leave to watch that. I worked hard on this, so watch this too. The yellow Samogo goes down with a single neck breaker, but the red Samogo seems to be the yellow one's shield or something because it has a bit more health. Use about 10% of your skills to defeat them quickly. These monsters take long to beat with normal attacks, but a neck breaker kills them instantly. Even though it's a single skill, it deals powerful damage, doesn't use any power gauge, and it also restores a significant amount of the bright life gauge. It's a top tier broken skill, and although the splash damage is weak, it still has some. After defeating them, the item box drops and the boss fight begins immediately. I'll skip the wait for the boss. While dodging incoming missiles, you finally come face to face with the stage boss. Zeldia is the easiest to beat this boss with, but all the other characters can clear it easily as well. Since the boss has super armor, if you attack while staying on the ground, you'll end up blocking together. So focus on using jump attacks as your main attack method. You just need to hit once and run away, then hit again and run away, repeating this process. I tried to be stylish and got hit once. This is a case where super armor becomes a disadvantage, and it can even trigger Gillian's ultimate move. In my case, I just got lucky and a usable position appeared by chance, but Pakasuyo sometimes beats the boss with his ultimate move in just 2 or 3 tries. I've succeeded a few times, but I failed so often that I gave up. If you hit the giant robot vacuum guys a bit, they'll self-destruct. When they self-destruct, they damage both players and CPUs without distinction. If you're lucky, you could instantly defeat the robots, even unintentionally. I almost messed up, but fortunately I didn't get hit and managed to land my attack. When they've gathered enough, use your ultimate move right away. In the next video. No matter how many times I look at it, the air transporter's performance is just insane. In this section, you can get 2 figures. For the first figure, you need to take down the gunman who appears on the right. I dropped the Black Knight. The second is the gunman on the left. Since they appear from both sides simultaneously, it's hard to get unless you know beforehand. Even if you don't get this, it won't affect your gameplay. I'm just letting you know that you can get items like this. I tried my special move, but a command error triggered a projectile instead. This projectile works at any altitude, but it's hard to judge distance, so I only use it in combos against the first stage boss. If you at least hit one of them before starting, it will spit out 1 less egg. The crocodile friends are pretty tough. Regular skills took too long, so I used my special move immediately. Once you clear this area, you can see the tall Choi Byung-gae moving quickly. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. If you attack those guys when they return, they'll drop helpful items. There was even a guy who picked up fruit, but I couldn't catch him. The next section also just repeats the same boring patterns and minions like before, so I'll speed things up right away. The guy who once beat 4 gunmen alone is now fleeing just because he's surrounded. When he falls, the lady falls too, but you must quickly hit her before she lands. Then you'll see this gruesome scene where the crocodile swallows the lady and spits out an egg. The crocodile laid an egg, but bugs hatch from it. Instead of killing the crocodile, you must catch the bugs first. How can you tell if you caught the bug friends first? If the female minions bounce onto the screen like this, you did. Catching these friends gives you various items. You can catch the crocodile when female minions appear. As before, you'll get a fruit box, and one female minion will give you a figure. The robot you met in this stage appears several times here. The trick to catching them is similar to this stage, but since there are no blocked areas on the screen, if your special move gauge is low, it's easier to just use a special move that charges quickly. I nearly got stepped on, but avoided damage by shooting AB. I think this is likely the most effective AB move of all the characters. Damage and range are decent, and it's useful as an anti-air. Its most broken aspect is the long-lasting active frames, making it threatening throughout. You can use it as a combo finisher to add extra damage, and it works well. The toughest part of this stage is next. So far, it's only been harmless, cute enemies. When the red robot appears, many robots will soon follow. Using regular attacks makes the fight slow and costs health, so it's easier and more effective to use your ultimate skill even if you take some hits. I think this is exactly what you call a strategy of giving up the flesh to take the bone. Striking the crocodile makes it drop a baby crocodile. They're not just score items, they're recovery items. You can stay behind Cormac and shoot or spam A, but as a man playing Gillian, I just rush in, punch, and follow with a flying kick. I use my jump move to retreat, cut off the chasing robot arm, then dash back in and land another punch. That's my pattern. It actually deals pretty good damage, and I like it better than fighting stuck to the wall because you get to see some cool action. I completed the first phase easily. You can fight the second phase the same way as the first phase, but you should be aware that in the second phase, it also shoots projectiles and does jump attacks. If you can't dodge after the flying kick with a dash, use sidestep invincibility instead. Here, I used all the flying kick techniques I hadn't used before. When I was young, many friends died to this boss, usually from playing too cautiously or getting greedy and attacking without dodging. It's the same with games now, since there's always a strategy you can defeat this boss using the method that works for you. We've reached the final stage. That lady won't attack right away unless you approach her first. Eliminate the rifle squad to get a grenade. Throw it at her to instantly kill her and get her sword. You can also get it in other stages, but my skills weren't enough. But here, it's very easy to get, so there's no reason not to use it. He dodged that with the sickle technique. See you in the next video. They say catching the purple pig that appears later, like the crocodile before, triggers another event, but I just can't catch all except one here. Isn't my character's health and life more important than the event? See you in the next video. With its long reach, enemies in the middle are hit automatically. You can chain into a special move while slashing, so it's not bad. After this section, 4 monster friends will appear. Up until now, it was easy to deal with 2 at a time, but since those guys suddenly shoot lasers and all, you have to take them out before they attack. Fortunately, the one that comes out afterward can be killed with a single neckbreaker. It's odd that some guys survive the special move, even though it should do more damage. Maybe that monster has a bug where it takes more damage from dash grab attacks. I just need to handle the minion and 2 logos, but since we've seen this before, I'll fast forward. You could get hurt breaking this box, so let it explode by itself. Different items appear, and using a buff item briefly lets you become Lloyd. You can either approach the enemies directly or drop them to the right to eliminate them all at once here. I dropped them after getting hit for showing off. Take out the big white guy up there, and this section ends. Many henchmen appear in this section. If you see them grouped up enough, it's easier to just use your ultimate move to take them out right away and refill your gauge. It's possible because Gillian has great mobility and a very strong ultimate. As you may know, lower health means you need less gauge for your ultimate move. The more you're in a crisis, the easier it is to use your ultimate move, so you can break through even dangerous situations with ease before you know it. Honestly, this is a section where a lot of minions appear, but since fighting these minions isn't any different from the previous stages, it's a boring fight, so I'll just fast forward to the next section. I sped it up by 18 times, and even if I took them down quickly, it would have taken a whole minute if you just watched it in real time. Relatively smart green flower monsters appear here. But compared to the usual minions, they're not that difficult, so it's fine. Most people likely arrived here with low health, like I did after the last section. But fortunately, you can get recovery items here. All the enemies appear on this screen, so you might not realize it, but as you fight in this section, you'll be able to scroll a bit further to the right. At that moment, you can quickly go and recover your health, but if you finish all the battles on the left without knowing this, you might end up missing the recovery items and be forced to move on to the next section. See you in the next video. When the cyborg appears, a space opens on the right so you can get items. But one thing you need to be careful about is that if you stay near the right door for too long, something strange will attack you. It's best not to get hit if possible, but the damage isn't that bad. It takes away about 1 bar of your health. Now, this is the last elevator in the minion section. Be careful in the elevator section. Carelessness can cause you to fall and lose health. Usually in games like this, when your character falls, you lose a life regardless of your health. But fortunately, in Guardians, it doesn't take your life right away. Instead, it takes away about half of your health. How do I know? I've accidentally fallen a lot while flying with the triple jump. I'm probably not the only one. If you played Gillian when you were young, you've probably experienced it too. Using the flying kick skill here means you're dead. The changing background color signals the elevator section is nearly over. The banana recovery item indicates that the elevator section is finally over. Just hold out until then, and if possible, throw all enemies to the right. Since the banana dropped, everything has come down now. No more shells will appear. After a short wait, Stage 1 and 2 bosses return as mid-bosses. Their health is lower than as stage bosses. They don't use one of the ninja's crazy patterns, the multiple shadow clone technique, here. If possible, quickly eliminate one to create a one-on-one situation. I'm not sure what kind of food this is, but eating it restores your health. With Ninja dying first, I could mess around with the Stage 1 boss. One disappointment is that if the boss is pushed right, unlike left, it doesn't stick to the wall. So, unlike Stage 1, you can't use combos that cross left and right with a hard attack. I'm heading through that door to face the final boss. The final boss has a total of 3 phases, but they're all very easy. For Phase 1, you can just use dash jump attacks to hit and run. Since I can't get the timing right, I keep landing only 1 hit, but if you time this attack correctly, you can get in 2 hits and the damage is really high. If you fight like this, the boss basically doesn't attack at all, so this is a very easy and safe strategy for Phase 1. After Phase 1 ends, the Iron Man mask falls off. As long as you stay away from it, the mask can't attack the player. Phase 2 is human-shaped, with patterns like ground spikes, grabs, and attacks. You deal more damage than in Phase 1, but the boss quickly counters. Corner the boss, jump attack, follow with basic attacks and a flying kick. Retreat quickly with your jump skill, wait for the spikes, then return to attack. Spikes can appear off-beat, so watch the ground closely. Once you've finished up to page 2 like this, now you'll enter the final page. The final page is the one you can clear the fastest out of all the bosses. When it starts, run to the bottom corner and jump to dodge the first attack. Using your special move lets you hit 3 times and one jump attack fully charges it. The boss looks cute, but attacking enemies without reason will get you hit more. As before, jump to dodge and quickly use your special move to defeat the boss. With its insane performance and flashy style, Gillian was the #1 pick for ancient kids. That's all. This has been Dolly. Of course, I'll be doing all the narration myself, just like now, so please stay tuned.